Is your engine suddenly feeling weak or surging when you are just trying to pull away from a stoplight? If your computer has saved the diagnostic trouble code P2005, then you are looking at a problem where your intake manifold runner control for bank 2 is stuck in the open position. This applies to all vehicles made since 1996, and bank 2 specifically refers to the side of the engine that does not have cylinder number 1. This system is pretty clever because it uses little metal flaps inside your intake manifold to swirl the air around as it enters the engine cylinders. This swirling effect helps the gas and air mix together perfectly, which is a process called atomization. When everything is working right, it helps your engine produce more power and get better gas mileage while keeping your exhaust emissions cleaner for the environment. The computer uses an actuator or a vacuum diaphragm to move these flaps based on how much you are stepping on the gas pedal and how much load is on the vehicle. If the flaps get stuck open when they should be closed at low speeds, the air does not swirl correctly and the engine starts to act up. You will likely feel a loss of power at low engine speeds or see your gas mileage take a significant dip over a few weeks of driving. The causes can range from a simple bad actuator solenoid to a situation where the metal flaps are actually binding up inside the manifold because of heavy carbon buildup, or even a screw that has vibrated loose and jammed the mechanism. Corrosion on the electrical connectors is also a huge culprit, especially if you live in a state where they use a lot of salt on the roads during the winter months. To fix this, you should start with a good visual inspection of the wiring and the connectors to see if you can spot any green corrosion or loose metal pins. You can use a digital volt-ohm meter to test the resistance of the solenoid and the position sensor to see if they match the factory specifications for your specific year and model. A really helpful tip is to disconnect the actuator and try to move the runner shaft by hand to see if it is binding or if it moves freely without any resistance. If it feels stuck, you might have carbon coating on the manifold walls that needs to be cleaned out, or you might even need to replace the entire intake manifold assembly if the internal parts have failed or fallen apart. If you find that the electronics are working but the physical parts are broken, it is definitely time to head to a professional shop, because removing an intake manifold is a big job that requires specialized tools and a lot of patience to get all the gaskets sealed back up correctly. Handling this problem quickly will restore your engine's power and ensure you are getting the best possible fuel efficiency out of every gallon of gas you put in the tank.